everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be doing the mommy confessions tag. Shout out to Rebecca for tagging me. Thanks for tagging me. I thought this is pretty cool and makes me feel like I have another mom friend. So I will link her channel down below so you can go ahead and check her out and check out her answers. This is a 25 question tag. I am a stay-at-home mom to two little boys. I have a 2-year-old and a 1-month-old.
So if you are new here, welcome. Don't forget to subscribe and click that little notification bell so you don't miss out. So, okay, moving on.
So the first question is, you're standing with another mom at the playground and notice her underwear is showing. Do you tell her? What do you say? And as much as I want to say that I would tell her, I don't think I would. I mean, if somebody were to come up to me and tell me, hey, your underwear is showing, I'd be like so embarrassed that she saw me. So like now I have a face to the person who saw me. I don't know. Later when I get in the car or I notice it, like, oh crap, like my underwear is showing, like I'd be embarrassed. And then I'm like, oh, I wonder if anybody saw. But not as embarrassed if somebody were to tell me. Does that make sense? I don't know if I'm like very out there to just point it out to somebody that I don't know. So question 2, if you had a 25-hour day and everyone else still only had 24, what would you do with the extra time? I want to say sleep, but I know that's a lie, because a lot of the times when I get the kids to bed earlier and I have that extra time for myself, instead of going to bed early myself, I use it to read, watch TV, play with my phone. So I would probably use it to do something that I enjoy doing, that a lot of the times I have to cram it in for my own sanity. I have to cram in some time for something that I enjoy doing, one of my hobbies, like whether it's scrapbooking or watching TV, reading, whatever it is, just kind of like me time. Question 3, is there a food that you think is really gross but you make your kids eat it because it's good for them? No. I'm actually a pretty picky eater.
I hate pickles. I will never make him eat pickles.
Without even noticing, I eliminate foods from his diet because I don't like them, so I don't put him on his plate. But I'm kind of leaving that to my husband. A lot of the times he'll give him stuff to try, and if he likes them, he likes it, and then I'll buy it again. If he doesn't like it, then I'm not gonna force him to, unless obviously like he does need his veggies, fruits and veggies, so I do try to sneak those in. Like, he doesn't have to eat every single vegetable. If he doesn't like a certain vegetable, we can just replace it with a different one. So yeah. Question 4, if you were stranded with your kids, what are 3 things you hope you'd have on hand? We're assuming that food and water is like already there, like you already have food and water. I would agree on the umbrella, not for myself, but for this little boy right here behind the couch, because he is so sensitive to the sun. Like if the sun is hitting him, oh, the sun. If we're in the car, he has to have the little shade down, or else I won't hear the end of it. The sun is in his eyes, the sun is in his face. Yeah, I need shade for him so he doesn't drive me crazy. A book. Oh, but then that book I'd be over that book like really quickly. A book though, to entertain him. I'm thinking more of him, like, because for myself I can kind of like you know, whatever, but then for him, like if he's gonna drive me crazy, I need to have things to help him. And I'm only thinking about him because the baby, like, he can't tell me what he likes and what doesn't like yet. But I think the umbrella for shade, for him, for them, for us, and a book to keep him entertained. If we're in an island, I would like a boat so I can paddle myself back to civilization. If we're in a desert, I would like a camel carry me back to civilization. Is that cheating? Number 5, what kids show do you wish you could eliminate so that no mom ever has to sit through it again? I am totally going to take her answer from this one because I hate Peppa Pig and I hate Caillou. They're both brats. Caillou is so mean to his little sister until his mom has to go and like correct him. He's such a brat. So is Peppa Pig. I don't know. I don't know. I just cannot stand those. And Dora. Stop asking me questions, Dora. Question 6. At what age did your kids stop embarrassing you and you started to embarrassing them? For this one, I think I'm just getting to the good part about him embarrassing me, because kids say the darnest things, like you just want to have the earth swallow you whole immediately, and or just walk away. Like, I do not know whose kid that is. Yeah, he's right there. 7. What's something in your house that for some reason only a mom's eye can see? Everything? I don't know. This is a good one because a lot of the times, like, my husband will notice, but he doesn't do it. Number 8. What would you change about your favorite restaurant to make it more kid friendly? Rebecca did mention about Chick-fil-A having like the little placemats. I thought that's a pretty cool idea. I think all restaurants should have that, you know, to kind of welcome families a little more. David's actually pretty good when we go to restaurants. He's actually pretty well behaved for the most part. Every once in a while he will have like little incidents, bad days, but we all have them. I don't know. Number 9, do you have a secret fear that you hide from your kids? Fear of like losing them or something bad happening to their father or myself, and like what's gonna happen if you know, my husband's not here, what's gonna happen if I'm not here, what's gonna happen to me if they're not here, just all of that, obviously. And the dark. I really don't like the dark. I don't ever want to say that I don't like the dark, because then he will tell me he doesn't like the dark either, and he would want the lights on all the time. For the most part, I don't mind it at night, because a lot of the times, like, you can see the lights from the street shining into the room, through the window, through the blinds. And number 10, if there was one mommy duty that you would never have to do again, what would it be? I hate doing dishes. That's not mommy stuff, mommy duties. That's like, everybody does that. So mommy duty, a specific mommy duty. Yeah, just house chores. Number 11, if someone showed up to your house unannounced, what's the one room you'd be embarrassed for them to go in? My room. My room. I live in a 1-bedroom apartment, and the closet is as organized as I tried to make it. It is a game of Tetris in there, and everything is crammed up in there. So sometimes stuff overflow to the rest of the bedroom. A lot of the times my room is pretty messy, so close the door. 12, describe a time when you did something really silly because of lack of sleep. This is funny because I just watched a video of this poor woman. She's carrying her little baby on her lap, and she's got this little like rocker thing, and she's rocking it with one hand. She's like rocking it, and she's like, but she's looking at her baby, and she keeps rocking it, and then the guy behind the camera is like, you're going crazy, like, you're crazy, why are you moving that? And then she realizes what she's doing, and it's like, the baby's on my lap, nobody's on the rocker, and I'm rocking it. And then he says, do you need some sleep? And I'm just like, yes, give the woman some sleep. We've all been there. And I don't have anything specific. I'm pretty sure my husband would think of something immediately, something that I've done, because he probably teased me about it, but I can't think of anything from the top of my head. So yeah, but probably misplaced something, probably said something. 13, what's the last thing you bribed your kid to do? I bribed him to let me finish bathing him, and then I can give him some popcorn. He loves bath time, like to play in the water for hours, but then when it's time to like lather up and wash him up and rinse him off, he hates it. He just hates it, and he like scoots all the way in the corner where I can't reach. So I had to like, come on, and then we're gonna make the popcorn.
Yeah.
You made popcorn, huh?
Yeah.
Show me your popcorn.
But he's listening to everything I'm saying, and he has like little remarks every once in a while.
14, what's something that you used to wear before you had kids that you wouldn't wear now? Skirts. There's no way I'm ever walking out of the house with a skirt, whether it's a long skirt or short skirt, whatever it is. You gotta bend down to help him tie his shoe. You gotta help him up to the car seat. You gotta run after him, whatever it is. I am not wearing any skirts. 15, what's the last thing you told your kid not to touch? His brother's bottle. Sometimes he will see it and I will catch him from the corner of my eye, kind of like putting the bottle nipple in his mouth, like I'm about to put it in my mouth, and then he catches me, see him, and he puts it down and lets me know that it's for baby brother. So he's been off the bottle. He's been off the bottle for a little while now, and we were really scared that he was gonna want it again. And he's been tempted. But no problem yet. If you could choose if your kids went to bed earlier at night or slept later in the morning, which would you pick? Went to bed earlier. I'm gonna speak about my 2-year-old because that's, you know, who goes to bed when I tell him to go to bed. The little one just kind of is sleeping all day. But he is so used to going to bed when I go to bed that so he ends up going to bed pretty late. We had gotten our routine down, you know, everything was good, but then slowly he just started kind of like setting it back. And then when my husband was working night shift, it did not help because then he just didn't want to be in the room by himself. So then it became of him kind of waiting me out until I would go to bed. So yeah, I would rather him go to sleep earlier. I don't mind him waking up in the morning, because if I'm really exhausted and need like 30 more minutes, that TV is going on while he lays in bed with me. Which was harder for you, potty training or sleep training? He's not sleep trained. I never did that. It required too much crying, and it's okay. So I would say potty training. Potty training was definitely a lot easier. Sleep training I never even tried. So sleep training. If you could share 3 pieces of advice with your younger self before having kids, what would they be? Have fun, do your thing, because once you have kids, you end up being like somebody's role model and stuff. So like they're like watching your every move and mimicking everything you do. So definitely kind of take it easy on yourself while you're young. There's plenty of time to be a prude. Travel places where it's not family friendly. Do all that stuff, get it out of your way, and finish school. I started college and I did not finish. Not because I had kids, I just started working and it was just no time, and then everything just started cramming up, and I just never went back to school. So yeah, finish school. 19, what question might your kid ask that you aren't ready to answer? Anytime he asks why, I'm really scared of that question for anything. If I say something, oh, don't do this, why? I want to say the right answer, and then he is a boy, so anything that has to do with puberty and stuff, I'm not looking forward to that. 20, which household chore do you prefer your kid not help out with? Everything. If you want something done right, do it yourself, but he does have to learn. So a lot of the times I let him tag along and help me vacuum and help me sweep. Would you rather the entire household get sick all at once or one by one? All at once. Get it over with. Just flush everything out of the house. Just leave and never come back. So yeah, everybody. She did mention, Rebecca mentioned something really funny. It's like, would you rather your husband be sick or all of your kids all at once? Definitely all my kids all at once, because my husband, such babies when it comes to having a little cold. If you're rushing to go somewhere with your kid, what are you most likely to forget? This is another one that I agree with Rebecca. She said, if I'm going to the store to return something, I would forget that. If I am going to return something to my mom, usually Tupperware, I will forget it. It will be here for like months.
Ew, Diego.
What song or movie title best describes your experience as a mom? I really like the song God Gave Me You by Blake Shelton. It's just kind of like my outlook in motherhood. I try to look at everything really positive. It's like he was sent from up above. It's like he was picked just for me. So yeah. What's the most embarrassing personal care item you've had to buy in a store? When I was younger, birth control. When I would go in for my birth control, it's like you like feel getting judged by somebody, and that was not fun. And the last question, what's one thing you've said to your kid that you never expected to say? Anything and everything that my mother told me. Like, sometimes I catch myself like, oh my goodness, I am my mother.
Deja allí. Por eso. A ver, hazlo otra vez. ¿Quieres otro?
So yeah, that was the mommy confessions tag. 25 questions, and I've gone ahead and tagged some mommies here on YouTube, so you can go ahead and check them out. Some of them I just found them, so hopefully they subscribe back and like see this and participate. And others, I've been following them for a while, and I hope they see this and continue the tag. That is it. That was the mommy confessions. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you guys on the next one.